Zion Williamson's been cleared for basketball activities, but will still be reevaluated in 2 weeks. Joined with Chaz, presenting by Birdsall Law Firm. If he's going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks, Chaz, that puts us at April 5th. The season ends April 9th. Do you think he comes back?
Well, there's less incentive for him to come back now. That 28 million is gone. But one thing we do know about Zion is he loves to play. So if he can come back, I wouldn't be shocked to see him kind of force the issue a little bit. The thing I fear is, when you have a person like that who does have a high pain tolerance, it's like, this isn't a mild injury. So him re-injuring himself, then lingering into the off season, and the way things are looking, the off season could be here before we know it. So it might be best to just like chill out. And if they make the playoffs, maybe, but in the regular season, I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, so this is where it gets interesting, right? So they're a half game out of 10th. I think they're 2.5 out of the 5th seed. The 5th seed are the Los Angeles Clippers. Great news from Paul George, by the way. I'm not the guy that's going to root for injuries. I'll never be that guy. I thought he might have torn something. It's just a hyperextension. He sprained it. Yeah, he's going to be out 2-3 weeks, but they just came out. He's going to be out for the regular season. So now you have the Clippers who are banged up, the Mavs who are somewhat banged up. I know Luke is coming back. The Lakers are banged up, and then you have OKC in front of you. You have the Jazz in front of you. So Chad, it's just an interesting dynamic because what's crazy is even though Zion will be reevaluated in 2 weeks, that gives you 2 games, I think, to get him, just ramp him up a little bit. If the Pelicans can somehow make a run, get on a little bit of a win streak, right? And then all of a sudden, Zion Williamson's ramping up activities. Could he possibly play in that playing game and/or playoffs? Am I crazy to think about that? Listen, I know the news is a little bleak right now, but am I crazy to think that?
Nah, it's definitely a possibility. Is it a probable possibility? I don't know. But I do think the Pelicans have a chance. I mean, but thing is they've always had chances. I think that that first Houston game, if they win that game, man, they're in the 7th seed right now, facing Charlotte and then facing a banged up Clippers team. And the dynamic of everything is just so different if you take care of business when you're supposed to. So with me never knowing which team is going to show up, I do think it's possible. I just don't know if we've been looking for the spark to like this team. Like, well, they should really lock in now that, Zion, they know Zion isn't coming back. They should lock in. It's like, well, I knew that for a while now, and they haven't locked in.
Well, we're going to close up here shortly because I feel like I'm going to hear your thoughts on this because I feel like this is how it's going to go. If the Pelicans win tomorrow and then they go, I'm pretty sure it's Clippers, Portland, Golden State, Denver. Mm-hmm. If you go 2-2 or 3-1 in that stretch, and then you come home, face the Knicks, it's the Knicks, the Clippers, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
If you go 3-1 and 2-2 on that West Coast, you beat Charlotte, you have a serious chance. I think you'll start hearing more and more rumblings of, ooh, Zion got 3-on-3 work today. Zion got full court work in today. Like, I feel like if they go 1-3 in that stretch, you're going to be like, yeah, Zion's going to be shut down for the season. But if they start winning and they have a chance to make a move, I think you're going to see more positive Zion news that he might be returning. If they go south and they start losing, I think you'll see Zion shut down for the rest of the
year. Yeah, I just wonder where the Zion news is going to come from. Is it going to come from the organization, or is it going to come from somewhere else? Right.
Poor Willie Green, man. This guy, Coach Green, I think he gets no information. He's going. I was at the presser today. He just doesn't know, and he's going to ask all these questions. He's got to face the questions. It's really not fair to him. Yeah, he doesn't have the answers that we want to hear. Right? He really doesn't know. So he's put in a tough situation as well.
I think it's very critical that we just don't do anything to exacerbate the issue, because you don't want to rush a guy back and then he has a setback from the setback.
Do you think they rushed him back?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah. Now I will say this: I don't know how much of that is him forcing the issue, but again, you have to look. The guy's locked into a 5-year contract with no options. You have leverage on your side to say, no, bro, we're gonna wait until you're in the best position possible to come back because of the type of athlete Zion is. I do think they may have rushed him back. They may have done him a bit of a disservice. I guess the only question I would have is, did he push the envelope and did you not protect him from himself? So
That's a fair question. I don't think it's an answer we probably won't know, but I do want to say this before we log off. Hamstring injuries are very tricky, and
yeah,
a great example is Devin Booker. Devin Booker is in elite shape, top tier shape. He's having hamstring problems.
right.
Someone like Zion Williamson, who jumps up really high and lands low, and he weighs probably 280 pounds. It's a lot of force on those hamstrings. So you do have to take your time here. And I know it's frustrating as a fan. It's frustrating for me, but I don't want to see another setback.
Yeah,
So it's a tricky situation. You have Coach Green pointed out multiple times today. It's a slow process. You have to keep slow because he's already had a setback. I think that's important to highlight. Like, he's already had a setback.
yeah,
And I know he wants to play. He's itching to play. He wants to help out this team, but hamstring issues are just not
yeah,
fun to deal with. So
yeah.
we play Horns tomorrow. We'll be on a recap. Birdsall Law Firm officials, injury lawyers, Boot Krewe Media. We will see y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Love to hear your thoughts on if Zion Williamson will return. We'll see y'all later.